Let's kick this off. We're going to be talking about how to rank #1 on Amazon and beat the competition in 2021. One quick thing here, guys. Let me get my stopwatch going so I can watch the time here. Okay, so let's start off with a bang. Okay, Amazon is growing at a rapid pace. COVID-19 has extremely accelerated e-commerce. One thing I want to focus on here is before COVID hit and the economy was booming, there was a subset of people that were not as likely to shop online, okay? And because of COVID, it pushed a lot of people into quarantine. A lot of people have had the fear of going into the public places. And so what did it do? It made them think about buying products online, okay? Whether that was from Amazon or from Walmart or from Target, right? So you have this whole group of people outside of who was normally comfortable with shopping online now thinking about, okay, this is an alternative that I have to use, right? The other thing that we've seen is the uptick in people taking on technology, using technology such as Zoom conferencing, Google Hangouts. It has fast forwarded the adoption of online use and media, and all of this is helping us with the e-commerce world. Okay, but because of that, the old strategies are no longer working. I've been working in the Amazon space now for about 7 years, and I've seen the adaptations of what has happened and how people have tried to use the system to their benefit with keyword stuffing, backlinks, things like that. A lot of those things are not working. So what we're going to talk about in today's presentation is what is working and what will continue to work into the future. Another thing is Amazon continues to grow more complex by the day. Amazon is investing hundreds of millions of dollars, huge departments of engineers and developers to make their system better. But because of that, it introduces a lot of complexity. And depending on whether you are one person, private label brand owner, or you're a manufacturer that's been around for a long time, you need to work with people who are specialists in this area. Trying to take it all on by yourself is not the best game plan anymore. I want to talk about also changing your mindset, okay, from I am an Amazon seller to I am a business owner. Now, I know here with Ecom Day, we have people who are just beginning their journey with e-commerce, and we also have people that have been around for a long time or have been around for a long time off platform and now want to invest heavily in Shopify and Amazon, okay? But what you need to understand is that you need to think like a business owner. It's more than just getting a product on Amazon. You have advertising, you have sales, you have branding, okay? And the competition is becoming more and more fierce. Over the last few years, we've seen a lot of big name brands transitioning onto the Amazon platform, and with that, bringing a lot of money for the advertising spend. And if you're a small business, the gap of the time where you can take advantage of your marketing and your nimbleness, and you don't have to cut through the red tape, okay, that is shrinking. But there is still a big opportunity that we're going to review today. So, hi. Who am I? My name is James Hyatt. I am the CEO and owner of Rank & Bank. We are an Amazon advertising agency out of sunny San Diego, California. And about 6-7 years ago, I was just like you. I had learned about the Amazon opportunity through a friend. I had done some online research, and I was really excited. I ended up figuring out that I could contact manufacturers. I private labeled a speed jump rope. At the time, CrossFit was really big, and I launched that product on Amazon in 2014. From there, I decided that I wanted to learn everything I could about selling on Amazon and become an expert. Around 2016, I went to go work for a big advertising agency in downtown San Diego, and I focused specifically on Amazon paid advertising. I worked with small mom and pop shops as well as big manufacturers, and over a year and a half managed about 60 client accounts and really grew my expertise with consulting and helping businesses grow their online strategy. And during that time, what I noticed was that the sellers who really focused on spending time on their product listings with their images and their graphics and their SEO and their titles and all of those things, when we would spend money on those clients' ads, they did much better than the other clients who would just throw up a couple images with a white background, write a few lines of copy, and just not really try very hard. And that got me excited and wanting to figure out what was this formula for success. So in 2018, I left working at the agency. I started up my own private practice, put out my shingle, and started taking on my own clients. With this, I was able to give them that personal touch, that one-on-one communication, really become a partner in growing their business. And that's when I discovered the formula for success. So before we dive into that, I want to take a little bit of a step back in order to see forward. So where have we come from as far as selling on Amazon? Where are we now and what is next? So what I have here is on the left, Amazon in 1995. When Bezos first launched Amazon, this is what it was. It was simple HTML, the gray background, mostly links and text, not a lot of images. Jump forward to Amazon 2020. We've got video, we've got product carousels, we've got just amazing graphics and a lot of branding. Okay, so over time, sellers have had to adapt to this. And this is also getting into what we're seeing now as we go into 2020, what is important. So the future of selling on Amazon is branding. Okay, and why do I say this? Because Amazon's focus is on the brands. All right, over time, Amazon has tried different strategies of growing their sales. They've tried what's called 1P or vendor selling, where a manufacturer would essentially sell their product to Amazon and then Amazon would resell their product. Amazon has its own private label products, right? But then a big portion of the market, 53% of sales actually today, are coming from the third-party sellers like you and me. And Amazon has never had a stronger commitment to these third-party sellers. Just in the last few years, they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars into marketing, advertising programs, introducing things like brand stores, A+ content, posts with the beta post, right? So Amazon is heavily investing in these third-party sellers because they realize that is the future. So at Amazon or at Rank & Bank, we focus specifically on the sales and marketing success of our brand owners and our manufacturers. And we believe that there are three core pillars which create this formula for success. And that's listing optimization, advertising management, and review generation. So your foundation is listing optimization. Before we jump into this next piece, I want to try to help you understand the mindset. One thing that I tell a lot of clients when we're going through the discovery phase is that you as the brand owner, you've done all this work to source a product, to create a brand, to get the capital to invest in your product, right? But where a lot of people fall short is the sales and marketing of that product online. Now, in the olden days, you could walk into the retail store, you could see the decor of the store, you could smell the fragrances, you could pick the product up off the wall, you could look at it, you could feel it, you could try it out. We don't have that experience online. But what do we have? We have our product images on the white background. We have our lifestyle images of people actually using the product. And we have our infographic images that highlight the top benefits and features. Okay, Amazon has also introduced things like video recently and A+ content. And so it's our job to use these pieces, these marketing pieces, to the best of our ability to help people understand what is the value of our product and what are the benefits to them. So we have images and videos. Okay, we talked about that. And then we have Amazon search engine optimization. So we're talking about your foundation. All right. Everything you're going to be doing with selling on Amazon is driving people to your product listing. And I want you to think about that as your sales page. Okay, just like in the old school direct marketing, they would be sending out direct mail. They would get the sales letter. That's your salesman. Okay, so we need to do the best job possible to make that attractive and really showcase, what is your product and who it's for. These lifestyle images are really for the consumer to envision themselves using the product, whereas the search engine optimization is really for the Amazon algorithm in order to inform its system, what your product is and who it's for. Now, there's another thing that I've discovered, which is I term it technical SEO, or Amazon technical SEO. And I want to talk about this concept of making your products more shoppable on Amazon. So if you've been selling on there for any length of time, you know that there's two things that go into this. That would be the category that you list your products in and their item type keyword, and then the parent-child relationships of your products. Now, even during the last 6 months, I've seen Amazon making a lot of changes with product categories and item types. And you may have experienced this where your products, for some reason, change their category or change their item type. And it's very important to make sure that your current item type or your sub niche of product where it's listed is in the right place. Because Amazon is also coming out with new sub niches based on the way that the demand for those niches is growing. Okay, now the next thing is the parent-child relationships. So this would be where you have, an umbrella, and then you have red, white, and blue. And when you land on that product listing, you can click on, the red, the white, or the blue, and they're all together on the same page. A big mistake that I see sellers make is just the way that they set that up, the way that they name those listings. It can be confusing, makes it harder for the customers to understand, what they're actually looking at and be able to shop for those products. Okay. The next piece is really the graphic design, which is the A+ content and your brand store. Okay. And this is really to show off what your brand is and to show the lifestyle of what your products are. So with all of these things, you want to focus on the branding. You really want to dig deep and understand who are your customers. Okay. You want to define the value that your customers are looking for and the lifestyle that they desire. I want to tell you a quick story. When I was young, I spent a lot of time going to the local mall with my mom. And we would go to the Macy's or the Nordstroms or whatever. And I was always very attracted to the skateboarding and surfing brands like Quicksilver and Hurley and all of those things, right? Why was that? Because I personally identified with that lifestyle. And so my goal with this is to help you understand, what is the lifestyle that your customer for your product is trying to identify with? How can we take that lifestyle and work it into the sales copy, into the graphic design of your products? Once we've set up a solid foundation, then we want to move into what's called pay-per-click advertising management. And Amazon has its own platform for this called Sponsored Products and Sponsored Brands. Okay. Sponsored Products is more of your bread and butter advertising platform. Okay. And this is where essentially you've seen it before. You have specific keywords that you're bidding for. You place a bid on that and you can push your product to the top of the page. Sponsored Brand is more for the branding aspect of your brand. You've got the headline search ads, you have display ads, and you can actually write a line of copy for those advertisements. Okay, so we want to, now that we have the solid base, we want to send traffic to our product listings. Once you get your ads up and running, you want to consider a few things. Number one, what is your advertising cost of sale? And that's simply how much did I spend on ads divided by how much sales did I generate from ads? And then what is your TACOs, or your total advertising cost of sale? And this would be how much did you spend on ads divided by your total revenue that you brought in. And depending on where you're at in your journey of selling on Amazon, you may want to shoot for break even, you may want to shoot for being profitable, or you may be willing to actually lose money on your ads in order to expand your brand awareness and get the name out about your brand. So it's very important to define your goals and to set your targets. Now, with the ads, there's a new frontier, okay? Just recently, Amazon has released, and it's still in beta, what is called video ads. So you can actually record a 45-second video of your product. Typically, a lifestyle video would be best for this. And then you can place an ad with keywords sending to these videos. And the videos is going to show up on the search engine result page. And we've been seeing very good results and low cost per click. So this is the new frontier. And what I want to tell you is now is the time to take advantage of this, especially for the small business. Okay. And there's something called Amazon Brand Registry, where you have to have a registered trademark in order to get brand registry with Amazon. And if you have that, you have access to these videos. I believe that we're currently in a time window where if you have a registered trademark, you can access these. You should be creating videos. You should be running the ads on them. And you should be taking advantage of these low cost per click before more of the market, more of the sellers start doing that. Okay, we also have display ads and product ads. Display ads will follow your customer around the internet if they go to Facebook, if they go to Google websites. So definitely take advantage of that. And then product ads. One thing that's interesting about the product ads is I believe actually 40% of all sales that happen on Amazon are coming from product ads. And so that means somebody landed on your competitor's product page and you're running an advertisement which is showing up on that competitor's product page. Okay, and they click on that, they go to your listing, and then they buy your product. So I want to try to enlist, a fear of missing out. Some people say, sponsored products is good enough for me. It's the bread and butter. I'm going to make 80% of my sales there. But I would really encourage you to dive into these new ad types, work with a partner to get these going, or study it and do it yourself. Now, what is the third piece, the third pillar to this whole system that we're talking about here? That's going to be your seller feedback and your product reviews. Okay. One thing, not a lot of sellers know about seller feedback. So let's talk about what that is. Seller feedback is when a customer has the opportunity to leave you as a seller feedback. So what kind of feedback are they leaving? They're saying, hey, did the product arrive on time as expected? Did the right product arrive? And then what was the condition of the product when it arrived? So essentially they are grading you as a seller. Now, if you subscribe to FBA or Fulfilled by Amazon, a lot of the times, you're going to be getting good seller feedback. But in more recent times, you may have switched over to a Fulfilled by Merchant program. And in that, they can leave you feedback on how quickly it arrived and what was the condition of the packaging. But anyways, besides all that, what's important about it is that the seller feedback really is informing Amazon your credibility as a seller in the marketplace. And by getting good feedback and having a program to consistently generate more feedback, you're going to be able to get access to Amazon beta programs. You're going to get better placement with Amazon choice badges. And you're also going to get things like premium shipping eligibility. So it's important to focus on that. Now, the next thing that everybody knows are product reviews. And product reviews are becoming the lifeblood of product listings, right? You see people that, recommend not spending ads on products with no reviews. Why is that? Because there's no credibility behind that. There's no credibility behind that product yet. So Amazon has released programs to help us generate those product reviews, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But the other thing that product reviews do is it can help you beat your competition by having more reviews. Now, also recently, Amazon has released something called ratings, where someone does not have to actually leave a written product review in order to leave you a rating. So these things, Amazon is doing these things in order to help, sellers generate more stars, more feedback on their products. A third piece here is the questions and answers section that's next to the product review section. And again, not a lot of sellers know about this, but customers can write a question to you, and then you as a seller can actually answer that question. All of that is helping you build credibility as a seller. When a customer sees that you're interacting with your customers as a seller, answering questions, answering objections, if people have a problem and they leave something on there and you answer that, they're going to see that you're active, and it's going to help you out. So review generation, how do we do these things? Well, Amazon has a program called Early Reviewer Program, where essentially you can pay $60 per SKU and receive up to your first 5 product reviews. So essentially, let's say you just launched a brand new product, you would enroll it to the Amazon Early Reviewer Program for $60, and then Amazon is going to send a small incentive to people who have bought your product to leave a product review. Usually, I believe it's between like $1 to $3 off their next purchase on whatever they buy. So it's a small little incentive. It's kind of to kickstart your product. Then there's something called the Amazon Vine program, where essentially you can tell Amazon, hey, out of all of my FBA inventory, let's say you had 100 units, I want to send 15 units or make 15 units available for Amazon Vine reviewers to leave a review on my product. You can do up to 30, you can get up to 30 reviews with the Amazon Vine program. And essentially all it's going to cost you is the cost of your product, the raw cost of your product that's in the FBA program. So you just say, hey, I want to send 15 or I want to send 30. They make that available. They send that out to an email of Amazon Vine reviewers, and then they can essentially claim that they get the product, they write the review, and that's done. So just with these 2 Amazon programs, you can get up to your first 35 reviews. Then after that, I subscribe to Feedback 5, and I use that with all of my clients because over the years of selling on Amazon, I've seen that they have remained compliant with what Amazon does allow you to do when requesting reviews. So currently, Feedback 5 has a program where you can essentially automate the clicking of the request a review button, which was released about 6 months to a year ago. But essentially, you can set up these triggers that will request this review for you. So what I'll do is I get a new client, I'll set up this program, I'll say 10 days after the product has been shipped, go ahead and send this message to request a seller feedback or a product review. So you set up these systems, and now this is going to continuously help you to generate more feedback and more reviews. Now let's talk about leveraging your reviews. So another thing, somebody might get this system set up, but then they never look at it again. Well, that's not great, because what is the point of us doing this? The point is to truly understand what is important to your customers about your products. And they're going to be leaving that information in the reviews. So you can analyze that after you've got a good amount, and you can re-optimize your product listings. So if somebody is talking about something very specifically in their reviews and it's coming up again and again, now you can take that information and you can re-optimize your product images and your product titles and your product bullet points. The other thing that it helps you do is to identify your unique selling proposition. So especially if you're new to the e-commerce world, you've recently found a product, you've branded it, and you're starting to sell it, you may not have a unique selling proposition. And essentially, this is what makes you different and stand out amongst all the other sea of competition. Okay, so you can use those reviews to identify that and then really highlight that in your copy and in your content. A third piece is that the product reviews, when people write content for the product reviews, it actually helps your keyword ranking. So one thing that I've seen is interesting on some products that have, thousands of reviews is that they rank for like 15,000 keywords. Okay, now when we're talking about the ranking, let me take a step back here. We use the Helium 10 Cerebro tool very heavily in our business. And what you can do with that is you can take a product ASIN and you can reverse look up how many keywords that this ranks for. And typically what you'll find is that a product that's more successful, that's on the top of page 1, ranks for a ton of organic keywords. And so we've seen a correlation between the amount of product reviews you have and the amount of organic keyword rankings that you have. So this is another kind of hidden benefit that not a lot of people know about generating these reviews, is that it's going to help your product rank higher on Amazon. Okay, now I want to talk about how Amazon is like a software. Okay, I would say the first, essentially, 5 to 6 years, selling on Amazon, it's like this big tornado, right? There's a lot of different things going on. There's all these different pieces. You're constantly asking yourself, how do I do this? How do I improve? Is there somebody else that I can learn from? And I want to make it very simple and let you know that Amazon is like a software where you can essentially program it to do what you want. It has certain inputs and it has certain outputs. And once you discover that and dial it in, you can scale it up. So the things that we've talked about today are the inputs, right? Listing optimization, advertising management, review generation, right? And so you can essentially take any product that you might want to sell on there and you apply these templated formats and you utilize everything that Amazon gives you, all the image slots, as many characters as you can in the title, bullet points, and description without keyword stuffing, filling out all of the back-end information within the discovery details, your back-end search terms, building out all the different types of advertisements, and then making sure that you have a system to generate consistent product reviews. If you program this software for your products, it's going to produce a consistent, reliable return. So what is your opportunity? Right now, I believe you still have an opportunity as a small business, or if you're a medium-sized business or a big business, there is opportunity for you, but especially the small business, right? Because Amazon has been releasing these marketing features. A lot of the stuff that I'm telling you about today is not super publicized where everybody knows what's going on, such as, doing Google SEO or something like that, right? So you still have the opportunity to learn how to do these things or partner with somebody who knows how to do these things, fully optimize your listing, and then you can compete with some of these big players who may have a lot more ad spend than you because you're using all of the organic optimizations that you can within your product listing. You're also being smart about your creative, okay? And it's just the ability for you to have the agility to kind of move back and forth and not have to answer to a lot of people before you can make these decisions. Now, you are going to have an investment. You're going to have your time, your energy, money, resources. But I'm telling you right now, it is absolutely worth it, because over time, there's going to be more and more brands that are investing in the Amazon platform who have a lot of money, who have the ability to squeeze the smaller business owner out. So right now is your opportunity. All right. So as we come to a close here, I just want to let you know a little bit more about Rank and Bank and what services we offer. So essentially, we are an agency. We work with you personally, and we offer listing optimization. Okay, so we do product photography, we do graphic design. We will design your listing, your lifestyle images, your infographic images, all according to your brand guide. If you don't have a brand guide, then we will help you figure that out during the design process. We also can do A+ content design as well as brand store design. That would be kind of the graphics and the branding. Then we do very deep research in order to help you write your titles, your bullet points, and descriptions. We actually get on the phone with you and we have a whole questionnaire that we go through trying to understand, about you. Why did you start this business? What is the importance of your products in the marketplace? What is the value that it brings to your customers? What's important to them? And then we take that with the competitor and keyword research, and we combine this together to create beautiful, amazing product listing pages. Once your foundation is built, we work with you for advertising management, doing sponsored products and sponsored brands, utilizing all of the different advertising capabilities and being that creative director, and helping you also define your goals and your targets based on what your profit margins are and what you're trying to do in the marketplace. Then third, we help you set up a review generation campaign. We can run these programs inside of Amazon for you. We can also help you set up your platform on the Feedback 5 system. So what makes us different is the deep research, personal service, and expert consulting. I know there's a lot of options that you can use when you are looking for these types of services on Fiverr or Upwork or any of these other platforms. But what I'll tell you that makes us different is just really getting to know you and your brand and what your goals are, and then putting together a custom strategy for you to hit those goals. So if this has been interesting for you and you think that you still have opportunity to discover your product's true earning potential, I would like to invite you to schedule a call with me. On this call, it's going to be a discovery call. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to get to know you. You're going to tell me about your products. What are your goals? What are your objectives? And we're going to start formulating this plan. After that call, if I feel like we're a good fit, then we'll conduct what's called an audit, where I'll actually take a look under the hood and see what is going on in your business and where are the areas of opportunity. So if you'd like to schedule a call with me, then just go to this link here. That's just www.rankandbank.co/contact us. Fill out your information and somebody will be in touch with you within 24 hours to go ahead and set up that call. So I just want to give you a gift today for even showing up to this and staying with me to the very end. So if you're still here and you're interested in really any of these services, I want to give you $100 off your first listing optimization with us. So if you're interested in this, please text 100 off to 858-247-2517. Again, that's 858-247-2517. I'm going to get your text message. I'm going to respond back to you after the event. We'll get that set up. And then when you're ready for these listing optimizations, we're going to give you $100 off. So thank you again, and that's my gift. As we come to the close here, I will be in the virtual booth today. I have another session here, I believe at 12 p.m. But if you have any questions and you want to chat about it, meet me over in the booth. This is what it looks like. If you would like to do a video call and talk about your business or your plans for selling on Amazon, maybe you're already selling on Amazon, you want to know how to do it better, then please meet me over in the booth. So that's it for today. Again, my name is James Hyatt, CEO and owner of Rank and Bank, an Amazon advertising agency. Thank you so much for coming to eComm Day 2020. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Signing off, and I'll see you later.